Live. Welcome to The Process. It is Friday, December 17th. I'm Josh Engelman, and I'm here to break down an 8-game NBA slate. This should be a fun one. It's perfect size as far as I'm concerned. I don't like it when it gets any bigger than this, so we're hitting kind of like my perfect big slate size. So that should be fun. Before we do anything, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter, at Josh Engelman. That helps out a ton as well. I haven't played these past two slates. Took off yesterday. Liverpool played at 3 o'clock, so I went to watch that game. It was awesome, so no complaints there. Should be a fun one. Nice to see everybody in chat. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Coffee cups galore. It's good to see. Coffee is going to be very exciting to drink. I kind of just want to get into the coffee almost immediately, so that will be nice. Got the music in the background situation fixed. I'm going to go ahead and just press play on that bad boy. We did get banged yesterday for the music that played. I knew it was going to happen. Kind of sucked, but whatever. Sotex Liverpool won 3-1. Went down 1-0 almost immediately. Equalized. Game over. It was a good time. So, 8 games to talk about. Should be a fun slate. Should be a lot of ridiculous COVID news, I'm sure. So, I'm guessing we're going to get a decent amount of value, but let's find out. You guys know what time it is. Rise and grind time. I've got my coffee. I hope you guys have something. Coffee, tea, water, beer, vodka, tequila, a little bourbon action at 6:30 in the morning. Whatever it is that you've got that you start your day with, even if it's a joint perhaps, which would be great. Cheers to all of you. Rise and grind. Good morning. Let's close out the work week strong. That is good. That is good stuff. You know what else is good stuff, guys? That would be Prize Picks, the presenting sponsor of this show. You guys can see the banner top of the screen right now. Follow that link, awesemo.com/prizepicks-promo. Sign up, deposit, and play at Prize Picks. Get 1 free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum. We've got free player prop tools on the website that can help you make your plays at Prize Picks because you're basically building parlay cards. Cannot beat it. We're kicking it off with the Miami Heat taking on the Orlando Magic. Now, for the Heat, what do we got? No Jimmy Butler, no Bam Adebayo. Questionable tag on Tyler Hero. No Markieff Morris, no Caleb Morton. No Caleb Martin. Omer Yurtseven is questionable. The truth. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for leaving that like. Hopefully everybody does the same as you and hits that like button. All right, so we got to put Tyler Hero back in here, assuming he's going to be playing. And I'm going to give him 32 minutes. So we need to take Gabe Vincent down to probably 30. Duncan Robinson probably needs to come down to 30. Let's get that moving. We'll leave Kyle Lowry in for 36. Marcus Garrett can just simply not have minutes. Max Strus probably needs to go down to like 20, 18, something like that. KZ Okpala has just not been playing nearly as much, even with Caleb Martin out. We can make that 16, and that's just going to be it, I think. 32 for PJ Tucker, 17 for Yurtseven, 27 for Dedmon. Feeling pretty good about Miami on that one. Gonna have to change some rates because of Tyler Hero being back. Does have a mild effect on the rest of the team. Morning, Calvin. Alrighty, so let's take Butler off. Let's take Bam off. Let's take all of these usage rates off. We'll start with Tyler Hero, 30% usage rate. Don't really have to make any other changes. It's just, he's a problem with that 30% usage rate, even though he's only like a 0.91 fantasy point per minute guy in that time. Kyle Lowry, 22.5% usage rate with those guys off the floor. Assist rate goes up pretty dramatically as well. Rebound rate, on the other hand, a little bit of a discount. For the rest of these guys, it's probably just pretty cut and dry. No one else on the team really pulls a ton of usage. Let me take Markieff Morris off just because he happened to actually do that. We're going to take Hero to 29.5. The rest of that looks pretty good. PJ Tucker, we'll leave him in at like 12%. What a weird dude. Omar Yurtseven, 20% usage rate. Gabe Vincent is around 18.7. Duncan Robinson, 18.9. Dwayne Dedmon, 15. So we'll go with something like this. That'll be our rates for Miami. We'll switch to the Orlando side. By the way, Miami, 4.5-point favorites in Orlando. Where are we at? Orlando Magic. Awesome. Ooh, new update for the Apple Watch. Let's go ahead and install that while I'm sitting here. Thanks for the pop-up cell phone. 8.3, bang. Done. Okay. Q tag on Cole Anthony, Q tag on Mo Bamba, Q tag on Gary Harris. No Suggs, Isaac, Fultz, MCW, Eton Moore, Brazdeikis. This should be a treat. What do we know about Orlando? We actually have to dig into this because unfortunately it's going to be important. All right. Sprained ankle. Missed 6 games last month. No idea. Gary Harris. Never know with him. Same injury as usual. And then Bamba. Gotta figure that Bamba is in, but I kind of just assume that everybody is in for right now. Not that that's a fun way to approach this slate, but I don't know how else we would do it. So we've got Wendell Carter in for 32 minutes. We're going to get Bamba back in for his, relatively normal 29. And then it doesn't really matter who ends up being the other guy. We're going to go in with Cole Anthony playing 34, and we're going to go in with Gary Harris playing his big run. There's not really anything we can do with Orlando that will help us out until we get more information. It just kind of has to be this way. Which isn't fun, but it is what it is. So assuming everybody is in for Orlando, which is also the same sort of assumption that I had in here previously. Let's look at Miami. And as we look at Miami, assuming Tyler Hero plays, both he and Kyle Lowry look pretty good on both sites. They both look better on FanDuel than they do on DraftKings. Dwayne Dedman looks good on DK at just 5K, but we're going to have a lot of centers. So I'm not super worried there. So, yeah, Lowry and Hero. Mild priorities. On the Orlando side, same story for Cole Anthony. 7,400 on FanDuel, 7,800 on DraftKings. I just like that across both if he's able to play. Wendell Carter Jr., I like him across both sites. Mo Bamba looks solid at 6,400 on DraftKings if he's in. But now, luckily, this is the 7 o'clock start, so we're going to know all of this information for this game. I don't want to say long before it starts, but before it starts. So I'm not too worried about like getting this one right. It's just very, very important. Because if people start getting lopped off for Orlando, we are going to have a lot of value open up. So something to pay attention to as we move forward. That'll be good for the deeper dive and live before lock. So that's game 1 down. On to Denver and Atlanta. For Denver, what do we need to know? First team up. Austin Rivers probable. No Marcus Howard, JaMychal Green. Obviously no Jamal Murray, Dozier, or Porter Jr. On the Atlanta side, everybody is back, including Onyeka Okongwu, who is going to be making his season debut today. Can't imagine he plays a ton, or where those minutes come from. But that'll be interesting. So on the Denver side, I don't think we have anything too crazy to worry about here. Let's check it out. So, why did Bones Highland not play this last game? Was he like properly out? Or was that a DMP CD? Oh yeah, you violated team rules. I forgot about that. Okay. Totally forgot about that. What do we do with Austin Rivers now being back? That's really the question. So Devon Reed's just going to lose his time. Is it just as simple as that? Does Bones Highland just go back into the rotation? Probably, right? Probably. That's the thing that makes the most sense. That Bones Highland just plays. That's what I'm going to assume. And I don't think that any of those guys really matter because we're only really looking at Morris, Barton, Jeff Green-ish, Aaron Gordon, and Jokic. Otherwise, I don't think anybody else is going to be value enough. Good morning, Aaron. Good to see you. So let's just go with that. I don't really see a scenario where we're going to somebody else. Rates just all stay the same. I don't have anything that I really need to change here, so we can move on from Denver. Mostly their same rotation. Now, Atlanta is different because we have to integrate Onyeka Okongwu. He's playing today. For sure. Well, I can't say for sure in that like he hasn't played yet, but he's not going to be not a part of the rotation. So somebody's got to lose minutes. Now, naturally, the easiest way for them to do that is TLC. He's a person that does not need to continue to play more minutes. However, that doesn't really fit because what we really are saying are, what are we doing with all of the minutes at the 4 and the 5? Capella's clearly going to play a bunch of minutes. John Collins is going to play a bunch of minutes. Those guys can only play at the 4 and the 5. So right away, we've got 65 minutes booked. So this is going to limit John Collins at the 5, at least a bit. Where do we want to say the minutes come from? I'm going to say that he gets like 12 minutes. I mean, that's what he should get, at least. which means we need to still get John Collins up to 32. So I have 9 minutes that I need to shave from one of these guys. I'm pretty comfortable taking some from Lou Williams, from TLC. Most of the, from just having a split of like DeLon Wright and Kevin Huerter. So we still need to lose 5. Where do they come from? They can come from Danilo Gallinari, Cam Reddish, TLC. TLC is the natural guy to lose that time. That's who it should be. So that's who I'm going to take them from. We're going to leave Cam Reddish in for 25 minutes. We're going to leave Gallo in for 25 minutes. I don't know if Okongwu plays 12 minutes. I might be too aggressive there, but he is unquestionably going to be a part of everything because having him ready for the playoffs from a defensive standpoint is a very important thing for both his development and for the Hawks. So moving forward with Okongwu in, don't need to change any rates. That much I know. It's not like he's changing anything there. So we could look at this game now. Denver Nuggets. Surprise, surprise. Nikola Jokic looks like a good play. 11,600 on FanDuel, 12,000 on DraftKings. I'll play some Will Barton at 6K on FanDuel. I'll play some Aaron Gordon, 5,600 and 5,800 across both sites. There's not much else you're looking at for Denver. On the Atlanta side, these guys are more priorities on DK than they are on FanDuel. Trae Young, Herter, Collins, Capella. You can go kind of any direction. Collins for 6,800 on DraftKings, I like quite a bit. Not that I don't like Trae Young or Capella, but like Collins' price is sort of the best one you're going to find there on DraftKings. At what point do they move on from Capella? Probably the end of this contract, if I had to guess. I mean, what they want is for Okongwu to take that job and split with John Collins, I would imagine. What do we got? Did they add 2 years to Capella's deal? Am I misremembering that? Did he sign an extension? He did sign an extension. Shit, what a terrible extension. So he's still got 3 years, 60. I forgot he signed that in September. I mean, look, they're going to have to make some decisions soon because they're starting to get too expensive. A lot of guys have gotten paid. They need to ship somebody out. But you can't ship out Capella until you know Okongwu can handle the job. So it's going to take a little bit. All right, game 3. Golden State Warriors at the Boston Celtics. I can't imagine there's a lot to like here unless people are just out. This doesn't strike me as the type of game that's like fantasy lucrative. So for Golden State, clearly no Clay, no Wiseman. Otto Porter is available. For Boston, everybody that's normally in is in, except for Jabari Parker, who got COVID again. So on the Golden State side, I don't know who's playing in this game. Are you kidding me? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they played an 11-man rotation. That was without Otto Porter. They played all right, so Kuminga's not going to play at all. Steph's going to play 35 minutes. Wiggins is going to play 33 minutes. Draymond is going to play 32 minutes. Jordan Poole's going to play 32 minutes. I got him in for 33. That's fine with me. And then Kevon Looney, I guess okay with like 22 minutes. So let's just fill in everybody after that. Because we need to get 6 more guys into this rotation. We'll start with Juan Toscano-Anderson. We're going to say that he plays 13 minutes. Actually, maybe we can do it like that. So it's 6 more guys for 85 minutes. So we're talking like 14 minutes each. But I think that I got to give Otto Porter slightly more than that. So we're going to give him... We'll give Otto Porter like 22 minutes. Now we'll go to 5 guys in 63 minutes. So 12 or 13. So we'll take Juan Toscano Anderson will get 12. Andre Iguodala will get 13. Nemanja Bjelica will get 12. I was going 22 on Porter, right? 17, yeah. God, this team is what I don't want to do this rotation like this, but I just feel like getting it right for once. Damian Lee and Gary Payton are the final 2 guys. So we're going to go Damian Lee, 13, Gary Payton, 14. That right there is your Golden State Warriors rotation. So that one's in the books. Not a lot to like there. Not that, and I barely like them to begin with, but on the Boston side, this one we don't really have to do as much. We kind of know what we're doing here. 36 minutes for Tatum. Jaylen Brown played 30 in his return on Monday. Have they really not played since Monday? All right. Jaylen Brown, I'm going to say, plays 32 minutes, I guess. So pick him up to 9 there. That leaves me 5 extra minutes. 33 for Schroeder. I mean, maybe that should be 32, I guess, but he's been playing more than that. $34 for Smart. Yeah, I don't like that. 33 for Smart seems smarter. See what I did there? Nope, that's too many. There we go. Romeo Langford in for 14. Jaylen Brown's minutes are fine. Tatum's minutes are fine. Grant Williams' minutes are fine. Al Horford in for 31. Time Lord in for 23. Oh, shit. I don't have Josh Richardson on the floor here. Enos Freedom is just going to leave here. We're going to give 16 minutes at least to Jay Rich. But if he is back... Yeah, you know what? 16 is probably not the worst. Let's do something like this. I need to move more of Horford's time over. This is complicated. This is very complicated. All right, there we go. Let's do that. Bang. Now we got the Celtics in. Yeah, this is just a really unappealing game. Really unappealing game. Complicated rotations, too. So on the Golden State side, clearly you can play Steph. And all right, here's something I want to say. I think I project Steph correctly, and a lot of people over-project Steph because he's Steph Curry, and you don't want to not get him. I don't think he's a particularly amazing fantasy performer. He is scoring 1.16 FanDuel points per minute over the last 30 days. It's not great. I got him at 1.32 in my model. I got him at 1.31 for the day. There's no way you can conceivably project Steph Curry for much more than 46 fantasy points on FanDuel today, unless you give him more playing time. I got him in for 35 minutes. He looks okay. I don't know how you could ever want to play him on DraftKings. 11,300, given the other guys that are going to be pay-up options. He's not the same kind of player. He's just not. Draymond and Jordan Poole look okay on DraftKings, certainly better than Steph. But there's only 4 guys you could play from Golden State. That's really all that matters. If you want to play a little bit of Kevon Looney as a punt, I think that is also something you can do. On the Boston side, Jason Tatum is 9,600 on FanDuel and 9K on DraftKings. Jason Tatum is an exceptional play today on DK. That is a wildly incorrect price tag for him. Love it. Make sure you are playing Jason Tatum today, because that's a great price. Everybody else on Boston is like mildly interesting. Smart, Brown, Schroeder, Horford, Robert Williams. No priorities there. So it's another game in the books. 95 viewers, 70 likes. I don't have anything to say about that. Congratulations. You guys are awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. On to the Lakers. Lakers at Minnesota. Lakers are 1-point dogs in Minnesota. Is it possible that Isaiah Thomas makes the Lakers better than Russell Westbrook? By the way, I don't think that that's true, but it's fun to say out loud. All right, so the Lakers are obviously in disarray here. We've got no Russell Westbrook, no Avery Bradley, no Dwight Howard, no Trevor Ariza, no Talen Horton-Tucker, no Malik Monk, no Kendrick Nunn. Isaiah Thomas is available. I'm cutting this entire rotation because I don't know what else to do. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They've got 11 active bodies. I don't know what a Chandi Brown is. I don't know what a Jay Huff is. I don't have Chandi Brown or Jay Huff as guys that play for this team, so here goes nothing. On the Minnesota side, everybody that's available, everybody that can play is available. Okay, so Lakers. You know what, Josh, I feel like you're right that he did clear protocols. Let me check the injury report. Because I feel like I remember seeing that yesterday as well. But maybe they just haven't ruled him back in. Lakers, Monk. All right, so he's listed as out on the injury report right now. Can return for Friday's game. So we don't know the status. Oh, okay. Yeah, so the injury report still says he's out, but Monk says he's in. Okay. Well, all right. I'm going to assume that he is in and that he gets removed from that injury report. So that's fine. That's helpful too. Because he's about to play a shit ton of minutes. All right. Right out of the gate. Now, I should probably project the Lakers guys to play slightly more minutes. I'm not going to do that. We're going to go to LeBron and AD at 36 apiece just to start. Wayne, thank you for that super chat. Really appreciate it. Just said, Josh, thank you for all of this and helping me kill my morning. Merry Christmas, sir. Merry Christmas to you as well. Or whatever it is I'm supposed to say in the holiday times that's socially appropriate. That's what I'm saying right now. I don't know what that is any longer, but whatever makes you feel best about late December, those are the platitudes that I want to give to you. It could be anything. Whatever you celebrate that makes you happy, happy that. That's the best I can do any longer. But thank you, Wayne. I really appreciate that super chat. Isaiah Thomas is going to he's going to actually play today, which is hilarious. All right, so we've got LeBron in for 36. We've got AD in for 36. They actually only played DeAndre Jordan for like 10 minutes a game for these past couple. But now we're without Avery Bradley and Russ. I think DeAndre Jordan has to just be the backup center, though. You play AD the whole thing. Is it happy holidays? Is that what you're allowed to say now? Happy holidays. Alrighty. So the rest of this stupid team. All right, so there are guys we know that are just going to play. We know what we're getting out of Russ. We know what we're getting out of we know what we're getting out of Braun. We know what we're getting out of AD. It doesn't seem like they can play. They can play DeAndre Jordan more and start bumping people down. I don't know how much they want to do that. So I'm going to assume that we get like 26 minutes out of Melo for right now. Yeah, maybe you can't say happy, just holidays. However you want to have them. That's the best I can do. All right, Wayne Ellington played 38 minutes. I'm just going to assume that I take 5 off for the overtime and he played like 30 something. So let's give Wayne Ellington 30 minutes. I think that if Malik Monk is available to play with these dudes out, that we are going to get a healthy dose of Malik Monk. That feels like a 30-minute Malik Monk game, or at least a 28-minute Malik Monk game. Maybe Rondo as the backup point guard. Also have to think about Isaiah Thomas, but we'll get there. Because we still need to get Kent Bazemore out there. He played 15 minutes. Have to assume he has to play like a little bit more than that. I'm going to give him 18. Austin Reeves has been playing like 30 minutes a game. So who do we think starts? Monk. All right, LeBron, AD. Do they go like Monk, Wayne Ellington, Austin Reeves? Blech. Tweezy, baby. Yeah, this is going to be controversial, but I want them to make the Browns play with less people because I don't like Fields. So, that one's a tough one for me. Tough balance. 32 minutes to Austin Reeves basically gets me to where I want to be here. That's a 9-man rotation and no time to Isaiah Thomas. Now, do I think that they're not going to play Isaiah Thomas? No, but I don't know where those minutes come from. Maybe they just come from Malik Monk. I don't know. That feels about right to me, though, for the Lakers. I'm going to go with this for right now. I'll hash it out with Adam in a bit. I got to get every single rate here since we're taking Russ off. That will allow LeBron and AD to look like functional basketball players again. Brocky, I don't really do NFL any longer, just Sunday mornings. I have given away all of my NFL content to Matt Savoca at this point. All right, so let's take Russ off. That's really the only guy we probably have to deal with. Because I don't really care who else shows up on here. I mean, I guess Horton Tucker matters, but Russ off will do the job. LeBron James with no Russell Westbrook on the floor, 32% usage rate. Massive assist rate bump. Same rebounding rate. Anthony Davis, 26% usage rate with no LeBron or no Russ on the floor. I don't trust that. So I'm going to keep him pretty close to his normal one. No real assist rate change. No real rate changes at all for AD, which is interesting. Melo, we lock in for his normal 20% usage rate. I'm sure he doesn't do shit else when he's out there. Malik Monk will be important. Malik Monk has played 242 minutes with no Russ on the floor, 17% usage rate. Okay, that'll work. Does see a big assist rate bump. Makes sense. Next, Austin Reeves, who's going to be very important on DraftKings, has a 12.5% usage rate with no Russ on the floor. I think locking that in is fine. We don't have too many other people that we have to check out here. Rondo is around 20. I will never give him that. Other rates stay the same. Wayne Ellington, I'm sure, just is the same person all the time. Well, we're about to like a lot of the Lakers. Starting lineup will be important, and I don't totally know how they integrate Isaiah Thomas quite yet, but it feels like Malik Monk is just going to be the guy that gets the most run here. We'll see. We'll go to Minnesota now, which should be... I don't think I'm going to have to make any changes here. Other than maybe like backup point guard. Alrighty. On the... Yeah, Ray, good morning. It's probably going to be ridiculous if you had to Seems safe to think that it's going to be ridiculous. Bevin for 19. Bolmaro didn't play really. And they kind of just like locked down a 7-man rotation. We'll split Bolmaro and Jalen Noel. Cat at 34. Edwards at 36. Russell at 35. Man, actually, what I do want to see, I think this is going to be very important. NBA.com on/off Russell Westbrook. How big of a pace drop is there when Russ isn't on the floor for the Lakers? I think that's important. So, I don't remember at all where this shit is. I know there's like an on-off section. Where is that? Where the hell is the on-off stuff? On-off NBA.com. I can never remember this. Good morning, Crispy. All right, player Westbrook. No, that's it. That's all I need to know. Not what I want to do. I don't know. This is not. I know they have this tool, and I could look at the pace with Russ on or Russ off. It's team. I think it's team Lakers player Westbrook. All right, bang, perfect. So pace goes down by a full possession with no Russ. Okay, I thought it could be a little bit more extreme, but it doesn't appear to be. That's good to know, though. Minnesota can stay the way that they are. No rate changes. Let's look at the Lakers. Sum them up. Best play for the Lakers to me, as per usual, is Anthony Davis. And that's just a price thing. He's $800 cheaper than LeBron on FanDuel. He's $1,000 cheaper than LeBron on DraftKings. He's got extra eligibility on DK. He's got power forward center on FanDuel. I just prefer AD to LeBron. I like them both quite a bit. I don't know how you could ever look at today's slate and want to play Steph Curry over LeBron James. I don't think that they're even close. Now, ceiling-wise, you can get a monster day out of Curry. Ownership-wise, you should be able to get a discount on Curry. Those are different discussions. But if you're just comparing these guys, Curry is not close to these two. Well, he's closer to AD, that's for sure. Austin Reeves is going to look okay across both sites. Much better on DraftKings at 3,300. Malik Monk is 4,400 on DK. I think that's viable. I thought he was going to pop a bit more than he is. He's good, not great. Minnesota. Lots to like here. We're talking Edwards. Great on both sites. Russell. Good on FanDuel. Great on DraftKings at 7,600. Karl Anthony Towns. Good to great on both sites. Jared Vanderbilt. Good to great on both sites. Patrick Beverley on DraftKings. Great. So we are 5 games through. Now 4 games through. Let's check the summary table out. Here's the question, though. Is it a wretched defense if you get Russell Westbrook off the floor and you have LeBron and AD playing 36 to 40 minutes at the 4 and the 5? I'd argue that they can save it. I mean, It's not the best. Like, you get Bazemore out there. Like, the problems will be when Melo's on the floor. All right, do we have this updated? We do. So, favorite plays so far. On FanDuel, Jared Vanderbilt, Anthony Edwards, Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry. Yeah, that makes sense. Vanderbilt and Edwards are on the top. Lowry, AD, Cole Anthony, Aaron Gordon, Tyler Hero. Yeah, that's a good point, Cantor. Melo's the real issue there. D'Angelo Russell and Jared Vanderbilt both look really good. I'm probably slightly over projecting Jared Vanderbilt, but it's a pace up spot against a bad defense. Minnesota plays at the 4th fastest pace. The Lakers are 2nd. Even if I wanted to say, I'm going to actually take the Lakers down a possession because of the lack of Russ. Doesn't majorly change anything, but it should soften it a little bit. So, 4 games to go. We're halfway through it. 148 viewers, 92 likes. You guys are doing a fantastic job. Let's go to San Antonio. 12.5 point dogs in Utah. 225 total. Is there anything important that we need to know about San Antonio? That kind of was some decent flow here. Lonnie Walker questionable, no Zach Collins. On the Utah side, everybody that could be in is in that matters. So we don't know what to do without Lonnie Walker. We do know that it appears Thad Young didn't play real minutes. I want to actually look at that just so that I can continue to gloat. San Antonio, Thad Young. All right, so he got like an actual rotation. That's pop for you. All right, so if we want Lonnie Walker to be on the floor for this one, we got to give him 22 minutes. We're going to take most of Bryn Forbes' minutes away, I guess. Right? I don't know. Hurdle, Eubanks, Young, Landale. Man, they are just... they're on one when it comes to that. 29, 13. Apparently, we're going to just say it's Keldon Johnson. I need to add 4 more. So back to 22. All right, so I got to cut 14 minutes here. I'll take 1 from Vassell. We'll take at least 5 from Forbes. I'm going to take a couple here from Keita Bates-Diop. And now I'm just out of minutes to take from people, which is complicated. Who do I have playing too many damn minutes? They just like, oh, they always have a guy out. I'm going to say that it's Bryn Forbes. Do something like that. Something like that. SMP, I wouldn't really worry about anything in those regards, but wouldn't surprise me if they did something like that. You play DeAndre Jordan to start. Who are they playing? Minnesota? I don't think you want to start DeAndre Jordan against Towns. He's going to get pick and roll to death. All right, so either way for San Antonio, we're really only trying to play like Keldon Johnson and DeJounte Murray and Jakob Poeltl, so I'm not too worried there. I mean, it's a terrible matchup against Utah. Curtis, if you want to sign up for Awesemo, go to awesemo.com. For Utah, I have nothing that I can change here. So let's just look at San Antonio. Utah actually gets, if this game stays a little bit competitive, I mean, Utah's 18th in pace. San Antonio's 8th. It's a little bit of a pace up spot. For the Spurs, DeJounte Murray is 9K on FanDuel. Like, here's the perfect example. You got to play DeJounte Murray before you play Steph Curry today, regardless of what you think of it. It's just a better play. After that, for San Antonio, there are no priorities. For Utah, Rudy Gobert looking good. Looks, honestly, downright great on DraftKings at 8,300. Donovan Mitchell, 8,300 and 8,400. I think he looks good to great on both sites. O'Neal, Boyan, Mike Conley, all very solid on DraftKings. Their prices are coming down a bit, so it's pretty easy to work Utah in today. On to Milwaukee now. The Milwaukee Bucks are 3-point favorites in New Orleans. And we know that Milwaukee is without a couple pieces here. So we've got no Giannis, no Bobby Portis, no Dante DiVincenzo, no Wes Matthews, no Brook Lopez, no Semi Ojeleye. Doubtful tag on Thanasis. Middleton is probable, which means this one's about to get pretty wonky. On the New Orleans side, it's just Zion. Alrighty, so for Milwaukee, how many minutes can DeMarcus Cousins play is a real question. Who can play the 5 besides Mamu and Cousins? Which I think the answer is nobody. So we've seen Mamu play. I mean, I'm going to give him 22 minutes. I'm going to give DeMarcus Cousins 22 minutes. I'm just going to delete everything else in this rotation for right now. Who else is tall? Bucks reference. Who else is tall? So it's not Brook Lopez. It's not Giannis. We've got Mamu in. It's not Portis. Cousins. So Jordan Nwora and Rodney Hood are the next tallest guys on this team. Oh, God. Oh. All right. So I don't know if they'd be willing to do it, but that's going to just have to be it. So Jordan Nwora will give at least those 4 center minutes. We've got Drew Holiday in for 35. I'm perfectly okay with that. Oh my God, this is okay. This is hard. So Javonte Smart, I'm just going to say, is the backup to Drew Holiday. We're going to give Chris Middleton 34 minutes. So Rodney Hood, who is a guard to me, is essentially the 4 today. So let's give Rodney Hood 20 minutes. It's very easy to just say 30 to Grayson Allen, 30 to Pat Connaughton. I know I can give more there. I just want to make sure that I have enough. I still need to give Jordan Nwora more minutes and George Hill. Okay, so this isn't going to be as bad as it seems. So we'll get George Hill in first. 24 minutes. Grayson Allen in for 30. Pat Connaughton in for 30. 22. I feel like Jordan Nwora plays more than 10 minutes in this spot. He played 27 the last time out, but that was with no Middleton. Not entirely sure where I would be taking those minutes from, though. So for right now, I think that's fine. We don't really have to change rates. Because honestly, what we're really worried about is with no Giannis. But we're going to look at it anyway. So let's take Giannis out. We'll probably have to take Portis off as well. Although that might just complicate things, but we could also go back in time. Go to last year. I'll also take Brook Lopez off. So this is no Giannis, no Portis, no Lopez. All the way back to the beginning of last year. That's not even like a big sample, which is hilarious. In that time, we've seen Drew Holiday with a 34% usage rate. We've seen Chris Middleton with a 33% usage rate. I'm going to go Drew Holiday. We're going to go 33. Chris Middleton, we're going to go 33. Drew Holiday's assist rate, I know, goes up quite a bit. Middleton's, I assume, also does. Nope, doesn't actually move all that much. Less rebounds, though. DeMarcus Cousins, that could just sort of end up wherever he wants it. Pat Connaughton actually does see a little bit more usage. Grayson Allen is at 22. I'll take him up to 20. Whoa, okay. Grayson Allen, 77 minutes in that scenario. Let's take it to 19. Wow, that's a monstrous jump. I'll let everything else shake itself out. I mean, maybe I go to 20 on Cousins. Mamu. Yeah, I think we're about where we want to be. Good googly moogly. Milwaukee's incredible. Some of these pieces for Milwaukee are a problem. Yeah, so Cantor, it does, but at the same time, I don't know where they come from. They're not coming from Drew. They're not coming from Drew, Middleton, George Hill, Grayson Allen, Pat Connaughton. After that, you're just out of minutes. It's either Rodney Hood, Jordan Nwora, or Javonte Smart. They don't have a choice. Like, they got to play Cousins and Mamu enough. I think Jordan Nwora, if Middleton is in, and it appears he's in, like, I think he just kind of has to be the odd man out. I don't know who else would lose the minutes. There's nowhere else for them to come from. You would have to assume, like, the problem for Jordan Nwora's minutes are that we have to give like 40 plus to Cousins and Mamu. That's really where it gets tricky. If you told me Jordan Nwora plays 20 minutes, like, I wouldn't be shocked, but like something weird is going to happen. For the Pels, I don't think we really have anything that we need to change. This is a team that has like a pretty normal rotation at this point. Willie Hernan-Gomez is the backup to Joval. And obviously, Joval is going to look pretty tasty in this spot because he's going to eat, he's going to make Cousins eat his shit. He's going to make Mamu eat his shit. It's going to be great if you're into that sort of thing. I mean, I think we've all watched that video before. Devontae Graham's playing a little bit more as of late. I'm going to bump him up to 32. Herb Jones should probably have more than 30 in a competitive game. Josh Hart, 34 is right. Yeah, we're sort of just there for New Orleans. So let's hash out this Milwaukee team. I also need to pick up the pace a little bit here. For Milwaukee, 8,200 on FanDuel, 7,900 on DraftKings. Drew Holiday is one of the best plays of the day. Jam him in. 7,700 for Chris Middleton on FanDuel is still a really good price. 6,700 on DraftKings is a joke. It's an absolute joke. Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton are lock button plays in cash games. DeMarcus Cousins is 3,100 on DraftKings and makes me sick to my stomach. And then Grayson Allen looks okay at 4,300 or 4K on FanDuel. Awful. Awful. On the Pelicans side, Joval is 7,800 on FanDuel, 8,200 on DraftKings. Yes, please. Josh Hart looks solid here. Brandon Ingram for 8,700. Shooting guard, small forward on DK looks good. Devontae Graham looks okay across both sites. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is worth a flyer on DraftKings. Very important game. Very, 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 very important game. We've got 2 to go. And as I update these tables, DeMarcus Cousins is Tops from a value play. Blech. Not great. Might actually just have to like knock that back a bit. We'll see. Got a long day ahead of us for that one. Let's go to Charlotte. At Portland, 1.5 point dogs. And I know that Charlotte is getting most people back. I believe Ish and whoever the hell else was still out of protocols are good to go now. I think I remember hearing that yesterday. All right, so everybody is back except for LaMelo, and he is questionable. We're going to go ahead and assume that he is playing. On the Portland side, obviously still no CJ. DSJ questionable. No Snell, no Zeller. So for Charlotte, we're going to say that LaMelo comes back, plays 30 minutes. We're going to say Mason Plumlee plays his 22. PJ Washington backing him up. Maybe they play 2 minutes alongside each other. Miles Bridges continues to play his 36 minutes. Jalen McDaniels plays his like 20 minutes, I assume. We'll worry about him later. Because we got to get Terry Rozier in for his 33-ish minutes. 32. 32. We get Kelly Oubre in for 28. We get Cody Martin in for 28 as well. Am I missing anybody? Shit, Gordon Hayward. Okay, Gordon Hayward's got to play 33 minutes, so I need to shave 17 minutes from somebody here. They got to come from somewhere. When the last time this team was healthy? Basically never. Great. Great. Okay, so if I were the Charlotte Hornets, where would 17 minutes come from? They're not coming from LaMelo Ball. They're not coming from Terry Rozier. They could come from Kelly Oubre, Cody Martin, Jalen McDaniels. So that's the first place that we got to really start cutting. Jalen McDaniels is going to go down to, I don't know, 16, 14. Cody Martin's not going to play 28 minutes. That's for something. Not for sure. That much I can say. We're going to take him down to like 24. Now I'm at a point where I really don't know where the minutes come from. I mean, I guess it's Oubre. But somebody's got to close in this game. This is hard. All right, well, haircut Oubre slightly. Still have 5 minutes to trim. It's not Plumlee. It's not PJ Washington. I mean, I guess it could be PJ Washington, but wow, Charlotte looks awful today. 5 minutes. I just don't see a natural reduction here. You know, we'll go 35 to Bridges. We'll go 32 to Hayward. That makes it 3. I'm going to go 26 to PJ Washington. They just splitting the time with Mason Plumlee. That takes it to almost just a 1. We'll do something like that. We're going to cut all those rates and get back to normal rates now that LaMelo is back. Weird Charlotte rotation. Alrighty, so we've got... I got to cut that last year out. There we go. All right, so for LaMelo this year, usage rate is 27-4. So I think that I could just go with my normal rates here for all these guys, except for Miles Bridges, who's done a little bit more this year. Page, Terry, Mason Plumlee, and then finally Gordon Hayward. Well, that's Charlotte. Portland, on the other hand, should be easy. We've got no changes, in my opinion, that I need to make here. Other than maybe we're assuming Nurkic is playing more now. So let's do something like 28 to Nurk. I'm going to go 29 to Larry Nance. There is no Tony Snell today. 32 to Simons is probably a little high. We're going to go to 30. Dame sticks at 37. Norm Powell in for 36. Might actually be light. Nas Little, I have in at 26. We're going to make that 30. Ben McLemore playing 16 minutes a game. Robert Covington in for 28. Is there a random person playing? Now there's really concentrating these rotations. I don't really know what to do with these final 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm just going to throw them at DSJ for right now because I don't really know where to put them. But holy hell is Portland popping. What is wrong with Portland's rates today? Oh, they play Charlotte. That makes sense. So for Charlotte, maybe a little bit of Miles Bridges. Otherwise, this team looks terrible. For Portland, though, Dame is 8,700 on FanDuel, 9,300 on DraftKings. Amazing play today. Truly amazing. Norm Powell, amazing. Nas Little, great. Yusuf Nurkic, amazing on FanDuel, great on DraftKings. Anthony Simons, Larry Nance, lots to like here. Portland, very, very, very important today. We'll close it out now. Memphis at Sacramento. For the Grizzlies, 4.5-point favorites in Sacktown. On the Memphis side, and by the way, over 100 likes, 175 viewers. You guys are the best. Still no Ja, no Brandon Clark, no Zaire Williams. Pretty standard issue stuff for Memphis. On the Sacramento side, doubtful tag on De'Aaron Fox. Doubtful tag on Rashawn Holmes. Doubtful tag on Alex Len. Did they play yesterday? No. Okay. So those tags are all real. Q tag on Halliburton and Metu. That's just going to be a mess. Yeah. All right. So we'll start with Memphis, where I don't really get the sense that I have to make a ton of changes here. I'm going to take Desmond Bane's minutes down a skosh. Dylan Brooks down a skosh. DeAnthony Melton down more than a skosh. We'll do something like that. 30 for Jackson, 26 for Adams, 15 for Tillman. All that seems fine. Killian Tilly's just sort of playing more as of late. Take him up to 10. 25 for Slow-Mo. Sure. Take Conchar to 16. Call it a day on Memphis. That works for me. I mean, I legitimately have no idea what to do here. I mean, how do you project a team? You can't even project when you know who's healthy. Let me just look at this injury report just to make sure that Sacramento is, in fact, listed like this. So Bagley out, Davis out, Fox doubtful, Halliburton questionable, Holmes doubtful, Lewis King out, Len doubtful, Metu questionable, My Sanity doubtful. Alrighty. All right, so we're going to go 24 minutes to Tristan Thompson. 24 minutes to Damian Jones. We're going to have to assume that Halliburton plays as the starting point guard, playing 36 minutes. Harrison Barnes, I'm going to give 34 minutes. Davion Mitchell is going to play 34 minutes. I'm going to put Metu in for 24. Mo Harkless in for 24. Who am I missing? Buddy Hield is going to have to play 30 minutes. And then 10 to Jameis Ramsey. Is that what we're saying here? None of that makes me feel comfortable. Obviously, I don't know totally what we're going to do here. When it comes to rates, I certainly have no confidence. At the very least, let's take Fox off. And I'm just going to leave it like that. So when there's no Fox, I mean, Halliburton doesn't really get much of a change, but the assist rate goes up a ton. I mean, Harrison Barnes hasn't played a ton without Fox, but sure. Buddy Hield, I need to lock into a 25% usage rate. That's a certainty. I'm not entirely sure I want to make any other changes here. I'm going to take Davis off since he's got the second biggest usage rate. I'm going to shrug my shoulders here then. So that's Sacramento and Memphis. So for Memphis, $6,400 Jaren Jackson. I'm going to continue to play the hell out of him, particularly against a short-handed Sacramento team. Let me look at Memphis's rates one last time with no Ja. I want to see, like, Jackson's starting to get a little bit more time with him off the floor, and I want to make sure that that usage rate hasn't changed. I got him in for 29.5. He's still at 30. So, yeah. It's still play a ton of Jaren Jackson on FanDuel. It's still play a bunch of Tyus Jones, Dylan Brooks, Desmond Bane across FanDuel DraftKings. And then for Sacramento, like, Davion Mitchell's 3,600. I think you kind of have to assume that he's going to be an incredible play today. I don't really see a way around that. I might have to lock his usage rate in quickly. So for Davion Mitchell, he's played... I mean, it's really not crazy. I want to soften that a little bit. But, I mean, somebody's got to shoot for this team. I don't know who it's going to be. You got to play a lot of Tyrese Halliburton if he's in. Particularly on DraftKings at 5,800. He's one of the best plays of the day. Harrison Barnes looks good across both sites. Davion Mitchell is an exceptional value on DraftKings. Assuming he starts. Who the hell knows? Buddy Hield looks great across both sites. Tristan Thompson's a great value on DraftKings. Chimeti Metu's a great value on DraftKings. Damian Jones is a great value on DraftKings. Good luck with Sacramento. Make sure you're watching the news. It's 3 games that... Here's the good part. Here's the best part about Sacramento. We've got 3 games that start at 10 o'clock. Late swap will be very, very, very easy. So it doesn't really matter what your assumptions are heading into the 10 o'clock games because you're going to have almost half of the player pool available to you. Let's run our crunches. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please do so. But let's find out what the optimal lineup is on FanDuel for today. Sacramento is nuts tonight. That is a really I'm really excited to talk to Adam about that one on the strategy show today. All right, optimal lineup on FanDuel. Damian Lillard, Davion Mitchell, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, Anthony Edwards, Harrison Barnes, Jaren Jackson, Tristan Thompson, Yusuf Nurkic. Why Tristan Thompson has power forward eligibility, I do not know. But that is the optimal lineup. That is a healthy projected score. I think that we can expect something on an average day. We're going to be getting something in like the 450s on FanDuel today. Get ready for that. All right. FanDuel power rankings. This is the true piece. How does the value shake out on FanDuel? Oy vey. Did Barnes look any better that last time out? Yeah, okay. That's what I like to see. Alrighty. FanDuel power rankings. Drew Holiday, unquestionably the number one play today. Jaren Jackson, Harrison Barnes, AD, Dame Lillard, D'Angelo Russell, Halliburton, Donovan Mitchell, Anthony Edwards, Norm Powell, Davion Mitchell. That's where we stand for guys over 20% today. Nuts. Let's go to DraftKings. This is where it's going to get really nuts. Because of all of those like sub 4K guys here, I have no concept of DraftKings. And I know I say that a lot, but there's so much value out there today. Optimal lineup on DraftKings. Drew Holiday, Davion Mitchell, Chris Middleton, Harrison Barnes, Damian Jones, Tyrese Halliburton, Anthony Edwards, Dame Lillard. You can drop down 0.6 of a point by swapping Chris Middleton for Jason Tatum. No. Anthony Edwards for Jason Tatum. Harrison Barnes. So it's Anthony Edwards, Harrison Barnes, and Damian Jones for Tatum, Metu, Thompson. The Tim Quarterman Memorial Slate. Cantor, I like that. I'll have to text that to Spags. All right. Power rankings on DraftKings. What a slate. What a slate. Looking like Davion Mitchell is going to be the guy here. Davion Mitchell at the top of the DraftKings power rankings. Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, Tyrese Halliburton, Damian Lillard, Anthony Edwards, Harrison Barnes, Tatum, Hield, AD, D'Angelo Russell, Tyus Jones, Nas Little, Metu. That's everybody above 15%. Oof. Yeah, alrighty. That's something. What a slate, boys and girls. What a slate. Obviously, pay very close attention to news throughout the day. It's good that the schedule is set up the way that it is. It seems like Harrison Barnes is like the most contentious thing in chat. A lot of people surprised to see that. You shouldn't be. We're talking about a guy that's 5,700 on both sites, dual eligibility, and half the team's out. I mean, they don't have a ton of real NBA players to begin with. Harrison Barnes is one of those guys. Like, do I have him slightly overprojected? Maybe. Sotex, yeah, that's Davion Mitchell at the top. But Harrison Barnes is just a really nice play today because somebody's got to do something for Sacramento. This is a wild slate. I'm excited to play it now. But we have tons of swap ability in Milwaukee, the Pels, Charlotte, Portland, Memphis, Sacramento. There's a lot there. This is going to be fun. Man, that Miami-Orlando game is looking like a ghost town at the beginning, but we'll see based on Tyler Hero status. We've made it through another work week, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Again, hit that like button if you can. Subscribe to the channel, notification bell. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engelman. I'll be back with contenders videos after the strategy show. I'm off to the gym now, but strategy show, 10 o'clock, myself and Adam Scher. Make sure you're tuning in. We're going to break this one down. You're going to want to watch the Deeper Dive and Live Before Lock tonight. I am not on those shows, but I am playing this slate. I'm back. I'm going to be at my desk all night tonight. So good luck, everybody. You know where we are. Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. This is the process.